Hi, today I'm going to show you a technique for extracting data from any website. As I walk you through this example, we'll start with the search results page from eBay and end up with a spreadsheet like this just a few minutes later. And this is really a process that can work for any website, although it may be harder for some. It saved me a lot of time when it works well. So you only need to install one thing for this to work, and it's a free Chrome plugin called Selector Gadget. Once you have that, you're ready to go. So go to the webpage that has your data. It should have some kind of repetitive data structure, like this search results page for a Jeep. I want to say first, this isn't an exact science. Actually, it's a messy process. But remember, you can always tidy up your data later in the spreadsheet if it's not exactly how you want it to look. So activate Selector Gadget, and now you have the ability to select any element on the page. Let's first try to grab all the titles on the page. As you can see, clicking here doesn't do exactly what I expect. But if I click in a slightly different place, now it's auto-selected all of the other titles on the page. Cool. It can do this because in the HTML code of the page, all these yellow elements have some properties in common. So now that we have that, we'll use one single line of JavaScript to take these elements and convert them to text. You'll find the link to the code here in the description to save you a bit of time. Now open the JavaScript console with Command Option J and just paste that code right in. But before we run it, let's change the code by replacing this here where it says selector to the output that we get from Selector Gadget. So what this compact piece of JavaScript code is doing is it's running a query on the whole structure of the page using the selector and returning a list of matching elements, then converting each one into text and copying the whole thing to your clipboard. Okay, so hit return and let's go to our spreadsheet and paste it in. There you go. We can do the exact same thing with everything else that we want to copy. Remember to click clear in Selector Gadget first before selecting something new. And let's go get the price this time. We're going to do the exact same thing as we did before. I don't know why I got some garbage data here in the first row, but that's no problem. We can deal with it later. No need to be a perfectionist. Now let's get two more columns, the year and the mileage. Here I'm just going to use a little special function, just make this look a little nicer. You can find a similar one in Excel too. Now let's do one slightly different. Let's get the images out of the page. So when we want to copy an image URL, note that we need to change the code just a little bit. That code's also in the description, but we're just changing this one word here. It's from inner text to src for source. So let's run that. And there you go. Since I'm using Google Sheets, I have this nice special image function available, and that's just going to look great. Now let's just do one more. Let's put a link to each item in the last column. Now look very closely here at the tiny text labeling the orange selection, and you'll see the letter A. That stands for anchor, and that means that you've selected a link, which means we can get the URL from it. So we can use the same code as before, but just change this word to href, and we're going to get the referenced URL. And that's it. So I'm just going to use another function just to make these links look nice and clean. And there you go. That's the complete spreadsheet. I hope this can be useful for you in your project or your work, and give it a shot on another website. Be creative with it, and let me know how it works for you.